So because it is seen as something super highly desired, kids are unsafe about it. And it even says here, it creates a culture of binge drinking. More than 90% of underage alcohol is consumed in the form of binge drinks, which is a very telling thing. Repercussions. There's going to be a lot of repercussions when you're not teaching people how to safely drink, and kids have to do it behind other people's backs, like their parents' backs. Excessive drinking is responsible for more than 4,300 deaths among youth each year, and it costs the U.S. $24 billion in economic costs just in 2010 alone. Then, there's things you gotta think about, like MICs, hospitalizations, arrests. How much money are we spending on those things? An example is even at ASU. 486 arrests were made in 3 days in just one weekend at ASU. So that's a lot of students who have to face a bunch of repercussions, were put in danger, and now have to go through the consequences of a law that's ineffective. So I actually decided to do my own survey to get firsthand experience, as a college student on a college campus, to get a feel of, what do the statistics look like on a college campus. So I asked, do you believe the legal drinking age of 21 leads to increased binge drinking in dangerous situations for underage drinkers? And I got 120 responses, and over 90 students, or 75%, said yes, that the drinking age of 21 leads to increased binge drinking in dangerous situations. The next argument I have is that the current age limit is ineffective, so it's not really working, no one's following it, and you can look at just the numbers to prove that. I asked, do you believe the legal drinking age of 21 is effective? And only 7.5 people responded yes, which means 81.7% of people said no, and 10.8% of people were neutral. If you look at those numbers, that's a staggering majority of the people who think that the law is currently ineffective. And then I wanted to see their own experiences. So I asked, have you tasted alcohol before you were 21? And 95% of the responses said yes, that they have. And 89.2% have been drunk before 21. Once again, that's 89% and over 95%. Those are staggering numbers that just show really that the law is just not working. If a rule is not being followed and only imposing consequences and negative effects, it should be changed. This last circle graph here says, have you ever had alcohol in the last month? And 84.2% said yes. So just in conclusion, I wanted to bring IMT principles and what we've learned in the class into this presentation. We've learned in the class that there's no such thing as influence, and we've learned that you can't change others or try to control others. You can only try and change yourself. People will always do what they want. So what I'm arguing is, if you lower the drinking age to 18, I'm not saying that it's going to curb drinking or get less people to drink. I'm saying it's going to be safer for those who are drinking, because right now, like the numbers showed, they're going to drink regardless of whether there's a rule there. But if there is a rule there, then they can be safer about it. They can do it with their parents. There's just not as many consequences that could potentially be fatal. So it would just make America safer. So that's my presentation. Any questions?